On Her Majesty's Secret Service was released in 1969 to a mixed reception. For many years, George Lazenby's single appearance was generally overlooked in favour of Bond films featuring Sean Connery and Roger Moore. But over the last 20 years or so, it has become widely regarded as one of the best Bond films, with some even ranking it first. I myself would not go that far, even though I am Australian, so I have to appreciate George Lazenby more than most, but it has always been one of my favourites since the first time I saw it as a child. I believe that, despite the originally mixed to negative reaction, On Her Majesty's Secret Service has cast a shadow over the Bond series that it has never been able to shake in over 50 years, and for good reason. The 1963 novel is faithfully adapted, with Bond genuinely falling for his new love interest, Tracy. Diana Rigg plays Tracy, and she has wonderful chemistry with Lazenby. Tracy is the ideal match for Bond, a feisty and sensitive lady with a lot of initiative. Bond retires from MI6 to marry Tracy, but of course, he quickly discovers why relationships are best left fleeting in his line of work, when Tracy is slain shortly after their wedding. In the first novel, Casino Royale, he learns valuable lessons about trust when he falls in love with Vesper and resigns from MI6 to be with her, only to be betrayed. He must learn not to trust so that he may execute his job properly. His relationships with Vesper and Tracy are crucial and vital in shaping his character throughout the series. His identity is formed by these experiences as he proceeds to live on the edge, reveling in his finer vices. In GoldenEye, M accuses Bond of being a sexist and a misogynist. His experiences with Vesper and Tracy have shaped how he treats women. He associates women with treachery and suffering. He will use them for fun or for information before icily letting them go. He is unable and unwilling to let them in. But every now and then, traces of the man he was emerge. For example, in The World Is Not Enough, he falls for Elektra King, which is mostly due to his need to protect. He has a weakness for damsels in distress. He is personable, witty, and enjoys pursuing conversation. He enjoys protecting women and people in general. In fact, this is one of the reasons he is in the service, to safeguard the country and its people. He is deeply patriotic and concerned with Britain's place on the global map. In The World Is Not Enough, Bond sees Elektra's suffering and wants to relieve her. He understands what it's like to be emotionally arrested and in a dark place. But once he realizes Elektra is the real enemy, he has no problem killing her in cold blood. "I never miss" is an excellent line that Bond delivers once the deed is done, and it perfectly illustrates his arc with its double meaning. Elektra alludes to Tracy earlier in the film when she asks Bond if he has ever lost a loved one. This isn't an Easter egg. It's a reminder that Bond is no longer the man he once was. He has learned his lessons. Love will no longer prevent him from doing the job. Many of our favourite aspects of Bond stem from his formative emotional experiences as a young agent. Tracy is an important component of Bond's emotional core, which is why she has been mentioned several times over the years. In The Spy Who Loved Me, we see how important her memory is to him, when Anya brings Tracy up in conversation and Bond claims he is sensitive about certain things, and promptly departs the room. One may argue that On Her Majesty's Secret Service, For Your Eyes Only, and License to Kill form a spiritual triptych. The whole pre-title sequence of For Your Eyes Only is a sequel to Majesty's, and much of the film revolves around Melina's revenge plot that Bond attempts to thwart out of wisdom. Before setting off on revenge, you first dig 2 graves, he claims. In License to Kill, Bond's best friend Felix is maimed and his wife murdered soon after getting married. The connection to Tracy is not coincidental. She is acknowledged early in the film. The subtext runs throughout the film. Bond is more emotional than usual here. We would not see him displayed in this manner again until Quantum of Solace. At the end of License to Kill, he is able to find closure for not only Felix, but also for himself and Tracy. The shot of Bond exhaling after killing Sanchez has always struck me as rather profound. He succeeded, but it has taken a significant emotional toll. While Majesty's Legacy benefited those films I just discussed, it caused an unfortunate identity crisis for Diamonds Are Forever. I still wish that we got the proper sequel to Majesty's. Without a doubt, the most prominent example of Majesty's Legacy is in No Time to Die. Majesty's footprint is all over that film. The dialogue, the music, and the character dynamics all deliberately echo Majesty's, and I loved it. Bond is far more than the archetypal male spy, as evidenced by the legacy of OHMSS. The character and series has never been able to escape this legacy, and I don't believe he ever will. He is a complex and layered character with a rich history. There are reasons why he does what he does. He is a larger-than-life anti-hero, but he is easy to relate to. He is both a fantasy and a very realistic personality. The filmmakers are aware of this. These components of his persona are directly derived from Ian Fleming's novels, and I believe the producers frequently use them as a reference to keep the character consistent. I am very optimistic about Amy Pascal and David Heyman taking over as producers of the franchise under the Amazon acquisition. Let's hope they adhere to the reverence that the Broccolis had for the Fleming novels. Bond has always evolved with the times and remained relevant because he is a compelling character. The components around Bond are modernized, including the villains, allies, political plots, music, and action set pieces, but James Bond remains largely unchanged, as he should. He is the way he is, and all you have to do, in order to understand why, is watch On Her Majesty's Secret Service.